Welcome to Veterans United, a program sponsored by the Firewatch, Northeast Florida's fight to end veteran suicide. I'm Nick Howland, Navy veteran, your host, and Executive Director of the Firewatch. In this program, you'll meet 2 or 3 veterans who will share their challenges and experiences since leaving active duty. You'll also meet a couple civilians who are doing great things for veterans here in Northeast Florida. In the meantime, you can help. There's a role for everybody. Visit thefirewatch.org and register as a watchstander. Learn to identify the risk signs of veterans in crisis. Learn to get veterans the help they need. Together, we can end veteran suicide here in Northeast Florida. Enjoy the program.
Welcome everyone to the 5-Minute Salute. Today we are honored to have Kelly Durden from Flagler Hospital join us. Kelly, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What are you doing these days, Kelly?
I'm the pathology supervisor here at Flagler Hospital in St. Augustine. And I was able to move over to this area in 2017 and take on this job in this capacity in a hospital setting, which is what I thoroughly enjoy doing.
Awesome. And so, and how long have you been with Flagler then? 2017, you said?
Well, I started with them in 2016, but I moved to the area in 2017.
Very good. And so you're an Air Force veteran, is that right?
I am, yep.
Good.
I joined the Air Force. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Where did it all start for you?
Right there in Jacksonville, actually. I graduated high school in Suwannee County in Live Oak. And when I decided to join the Air Force, then I did my in-processing right there in Jacksonville at the MEP station.
Well, it all started here, and now you've come back. And where did you go in the Air Force? Where did the Air Force take you?
My basic training, as all Air Force basic training, is in Texas. And I was then trained in my career field, which the Air Force put me in the career field of histology, which I did not know what that was to begin with. They sent me to Washington, D.C. to the Armed Forces Institute of Pathology to get my education and training. From there, I was stationed at Travis Air Force Base in California. I was part of the 60th Medical Group at David Grant U.S. Air Force Medical Center. And that's actually where I stayed for the duration of my enlistment. It was just over 4 years because they enacted a stop loss right after 9/11. But I was very, very fortunate for both my training, education, and my duty station. I really enjoyed all 3 of those places.
And so what'd you do after the Air Force?
I was able to transition directly into a histology position in Tallahassee. Because the Air Force gave me such marketable training and education, then I went directly from my histology position while on active duty into a civilian position doing the same thing at Capital Regional Medical Center in Tallahassee. At the time, it wasn't called Capital Regional Medical Center. It was rebuilt and rebranded about a year into my time there.
And were you in Tallahassee until you came over to Flagler in 2016?
No, I got to work I changed settings into an academic setting. I got to work for the molecular pathology group with the University of Florida in Gainesville. And so that was really interesting. I did some research there. So we got to work on a bunch of different type of tissue versus just human tissue. And we did some research for the JDRF, which is a diabetic juvenile diabetes research foundation. And so that was really interesting. That was an area of histology and pathology that I hadn't gotten to see up until that point. So I really enjoyed my time at UF. From there, I got to get back into a clinical setting. I was the only tech in a one-person laboratory for a digestive group in Gainesville. And so I got to have total independence and control over the entire process from start to finish, from the time that the patients had their colonoscopy or upper endoscopy until the diagnosis was made by the pathologist after the microscope slides were prepared in the laboratory. So it was that at that time that I got the opportunity to come over to St. Augustine, get back in a hospital setting, and become the supervisor over here for this department.
Awesome. So in addition to your supervisory and medical work, what else do you do in the community?
I just got involved with a really awesome group over here. It's a not-for-profit organization, the Veteran Garden Project, and they do a lot of great work in the area. They install garden beds for veterans that sometimes have difficulty transitioning into civilian life after their active duty service or once they're back from a deployment. And so they install garden beds, and it's a way for the veterans to have like a meditative practice, they get their hands in the dirt, with these garden beds, and they're able to have some sustainability and feed themselves and help contribute to feeding the community here in St. Augustine.
Wow. You've really gotten your hands dirty with that. And then you're also now a watchstander with Firewatch. How was that training?
Oh, it was fantastic. There was so much about the program that I didn't know, and all of the resources that are available online for veterans in our area. I mean, that comprehensive list of all of the different resources, and it's so fantastic. I've been able to direct quite a few veterans to that website so that they are aware of the resources that are available to us as well.
What made you volunteer? A lot of this shows are designed to encourage people to do exactly what you did. What was it that got you to do it?
I was really interested in being able to support the veteran community. I really enjoy interacting with and being around other veterans, because so many of us have a similar mindset and kind of enjoy the same thing, enjoy, being around one another. And I love the idea of being able to do something outside. I really enjoy this area, period, much less being able to do outside activities. Plus, it's also something that I can get my family involved in. And so my kids obviously really enjoy getting their hands dirty too. So getting them involved in those build projects is something that I'm definitely looking forward to. Great.
And so your parents were in the military, correct?
Yeah, my dad is a retired Navy. He was 20 years in service. He actually got to do 2 tours with the Blue Angels, and we were stationed over in Pensacola. So being part of a military family, then I already had an idea of the opportunities that being active duty in the military would provide. I just consider myself very fortunate that I was able to take all of the training that I received in the military and make a long-term career out of it.
That's awesome. So your parents were military folks. You served on active duty, and now it's come full circle again, and now your kids are helping you serve the military. Well, that's just outstanding, Kelly. You are just a model for others to emulate. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today. And for the rest of you out there, until we meet again, keep on watching out for each other.
Hey family, welcome back to Buzzworthy Veterans. I'm your host, Ant Stroud. Today I have the honor of sitting next to Blaise Albert with First Command.
Hey.
Blaise, thank you so much for being here
I
today.
appreciate it. Thanks a lot for inviting me on.
Oh my God, I cannot believe, so we were talking offset, and you've done 30 years in the Army.
I did, and it went quickly, I gotta tell you.
30 years, I got out of active duty after 9 years. I can only imagine with 30 years. So I want to hear some stories, where you've been, tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I've graduated from West Point in 1991, went all over the U.S. to include Hawaii, deployed 3 times, been to a lot of different countries. So we don't have enough time here today to talk about all that.
So if you were in Hawaii, you were at Schofield?
I was,
Okay,
yes.
so I was stationed in Hawaii, but I was in Kaneohe.
Yes,
that's
because the Navy figures out always how to have the best locations. So even in Hawaii, the Army figured out how to go up on the mountain where it rains all the time.
Oh my gosh, I remember having to go up there, and well, you guys are closer to Waimea Bay, and I love Waimea Bay. That's like my favorite place. But when we had to do the training in the mountains and like land navigation,
Right.
we'd always go up to y'all in that section of the woods and everything. So tell us what you did for the Army.
I was an engineer, and that translated well into what I'm doing now because engineers like numbers, and now I'm a financial advisor with First Command.
Awesome. I've heard great things about First Command. So
Well,
let's
I appreciate
segue
that.
into that and tell us about First Command and what you do for them and what you do for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a financial advisor with First Command. First Command, I love working there for a couple reasons. One is they are laser focused on helping out the service members, serving our great nation. And this is demonstrated right from the start by the fact that they waive planning fees for the service members. Another great thing about working there is that 80% of the advisors in the company have served in the military or are spouse to someone who has served in the military. So it's a phenomenal group of veterans that are helping our service members.
That's awesome. Now tell me about it. Do I have to have $5 million in the bank account for you to play with? 'Cause I ain't got all that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of sergeants out there in the Army that can come to the table with that much. But you know, the great people that serve our nation, they didn't join in order to be rich, but that doesn't mean that they deserve to not be able to accomplish their goals in life. So that is not the case. Unlike many companies, we bring people to the table and help them accumulate that wealth that'll get them to the point where they can go see those other type of folks.
Awesome. Well, with me being a realtor, I help people, start their real estate portfolios and stuff like that. But obviously, we recommend them seeing financial planners to continue to build that wealth time and time again. What would some reasons people would come to a financial planner for?
So it's very important to see a financial planner because some people are doing things. So I'm putting away money into TSP every month, so I must be good. I probably should be doing that, so I'm good. But those people don't know if doing that is actually going to get them to the point in life that they're trying to reach. So by coming to see a financial planner, we can help look at the goals they have and do an analysis to determine, are you going to get there? And if not, we'll make recommendations to give you a better chance of pursuing those goals. Some people get confused by the fact that getting investment advice is enough, and that's not the case. So we look across a full portfolio that addresses 3 different cornerstones to ensure that they have the necessary emergency savings, the investments for their intermediate and long-term goals, and also to ensure that they are mitigating risk and protecting their overall plan.
That's awesome. I recently seen on a forum somebody had posted they had a certain amount of money, we'll just say $10,000, and they asked the question, should I pay my debt off with the $10,000, or should I go buy some cryptocurrency with the $10,000? I said, you know what? That's a very good question, and I figured a financial planner would be the person to potentially talk to about that.
Yes, and they should definitely see a financial planner. And if this person that you know happens to be you, I'm telling you, do not speculate. And you need a good plan and you need to pursue that plan over your lifetime and not get caught up in things like the cryptocurrency, the GameStop, and other things like that.
Listen, I'll admit I got caught up in that AMC circle, but I ain't got
Come on.
$10,000 to be putting anywhere other than my kids' diapers, okay? But
Yes.
but if I ever see that person again, I'll say go see a financial planner. But thank you so much for being here today. If anybody
appreciate
wanted to talk with you more about financial planning, what you can do for their, wealth and goals long term, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. Just go to firstcommand.com, fill out a little query there for us, and you can select which office you need to go to. There's Jacksonville Beach office, and there's one over in Orange Park. And then the other thing I would say is that if you are interested in pursuing a career as a financial advisor, you can also go to that website and let us know your background and which office across the country that you would like to apply to.
Awesome.
So if an Army engineer can do it, there's a lot of other people out there that we're just looking for people with good character and motivation and willingness to continue serving our service members.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for being part of the family.
Thanks a lot, Ann. I appreciate it.
All right, family, that's going to do it for this episode of Buzzworthy Veteran. If you want to know more about Blaze and First Command, please visit iwannabuzz.com. I'll see you next time, and remember, always vets, always family. Bye-bye.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, back at Tommy Mac's place at the bar. And my friend Wally Conway has brought a great panel for us this time around. Wally, how are you, my man?
Good to see you, sir.
Always great to see you. How's life?
Very, very good.
I know you're busy in the inspection world. Everything's going through the roof.
Grateful
as
for it.
usual.
Real estate is good, and those folks treat us well.
Very good. Gabrielle Magid is here. Hi, Gabrielle.
Hi, Tom.
How are
Nice
you?
to see you.
It's good to have you on the show.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the bar. We always enjoy that. Newcomers, Stronger Than Stigma. What is Stronger Than Stigma?
Stronger Than Stigma is a 501c3 nonprofit
Okay,
headquartered in Jacksonville, but we've gone global thanks to the pandemic.
Okay.
And it's all about mental health advocacy for millennials, by millennials, making sure everybody feels comfortable in their own skin
Okay.
and know that they're not alone and they should reach out for help.
Yeah, no doubt mental health is so huge in our country, no matter what, right? I mean, we got to take care of people, make sure they're healthy. Gregory DeFranz is here at Camp K9 in Jacksonville Beach. How are you, Gregory?
I'm doing great. Thanks
Thanks
for having
for hanging out at the bar.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Where are you guys at in Jacks Beach? What
me.
part?
I'm actually in Jacksonville, Atlantic
Okay.
and Hodges area, but
Yep.
it's not a location you go to. I go
You're
to
mobile,
you. I
right?
go to everybody, and actually I travel nationwide and do this. So
All types of dogs?
every dog, every age, every problem. Not a
Really?
problem.
Wow, cool. I'm going to use you. I may have a problem or two to be solved. And Shane Grindle is here from Integrative Med Group. Hey, Shane.
Yeah, hey, morning.
First and
Thanks for
foremost,
having me.
thank you for your service,
Absolutely,
my man.
thanks for having me.
What branch did you serve in?
I was in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah, I did one tour.
What'd you do for the Navy?
I was in logistics. I was a storekeeper third class.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Enjoyed it
Cool.
for sure.
Doing good off the job?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Doing
yeah,
good.
I've
Good.
been
It's
lucky.
great to have you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
absolutely.
so much. Tell us about Integrative Med Group.
Integrative Med Group. We're a new novel take on healthcare, and
Okay.
so what we do is we offer it as a monthly fee instead of having insurance where you're paying copays, deductibles, red tape. We want to cut that out,
Okay.
make it easy, make it affordable, and just
Wow.
help out. Yeah,
Are you for profit or not? for
we
profit?
we are for profit.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
we are. Yeah.
So how do you cut it out? We just take the
So-
middleman out, or what? how
Yeah,
does that
exactly.
basically-
So you basically pay me.
Okay.
Instead of paying an insurance company, you would pay me as your provider.
Okay.
So you get full access to me. Whether you want me in the home, do you need to do telehealth? Got it. You want
Wow.
to come to the clinic? Got it. So
Yeah.
it's very flexible. And then we're meant for people that don't have a lot of health conditions.
Okay.
So it makes it easier so that you're not having to pay so much. So
Right.
I went on to the healthcare.gov, 35-year-old male, no issues, non-smoking, $399.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So for me, it's $69 starting.
Okay.
Yeah, so and that's
Okay.
for we do X-ray, we do meds, we do labs, and all those things. And so it's very, very
similar
affordable.
to the, I don't know, do they still do those personal health accounts? You put in money into a
an
bank
HSA.
account, right? Is it like that?
We actually use the HSA funds, and then especially for people that own a business, it's a tax write-off.
Okay.
If you were to pay me, it's a tax write-off.
Right.
So it really helps. And plus, you get to know your provider. You don't have to wait 4 weeks to get in.
Right.
It's days, not weeks. So that's how we're different.
Okay.
Try to make things very, very easy.
Gabrielle, do you guys use Teladoc? Like, is that part, or is it like, how do you guys? You say you're nationwide due to the pandemic. How did you spread? Was it through Zoom? Was it through?
Yeah. So we are not healthcare providers. We advocate for people seeking professional help, but we're really community builders. So we do unique programming, things that bring people together. A lot of times over shared experience, but through comedy and laughter primarily too. That's definitely our vibe.
Best medicine. Yeah. Oh yeah. Best medicine.
Definitely. Yeah. So last year when we had to go completely virtual, people tuned in from around the world. We had 50,000 views by the end of the month. So I'm sure if we looked at it now, it'd be through the roof. So that was very exciting.
That's very exciting. And you're at the end of the day, you're helping people that just want to feel okay, right? Feel welcomed and feel accepted and have good juju, as we like to say, right?
I mean, especially with COVID. I mean, mental health now has kind of been horrible. We've been quarantined and isolated, So it's really awesome.
Yeah, Gregor, how'd you get started? Have you always been a dog trainer?
No, I'm retired from the sheriff's office.
Oh, okay, all right.
And
thank you for your service, man. Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then I had a police training business, which was also global.
Okay.
And then in 2013 with ISIS, all my overseas contracts dried up because they needed their money someplace else.
Right.
And I just basically very accidentally reinvented myself. So I'm still teaching people. I'm just not using guns. I'm using dogs now.
Right.
And this is really all about training people about how to understand your dog better instead of trying to make him or her a human.
Right, absolutely.
Which makes it very difficult for everybody. So it makes it happier. It's kind of mental health in a way too. I make jokes about I'm going to take a picture of my clients when I get there and then when I leave, and it's going to be a vastly different face.
Well, and think how dogs are used today for mental health, right? I mean, the comfort dogs, and I mean, it's great, right? It's amazing they can go pretty much anywhere. You see them everywhere. The grocery store, on airplanes, what have you. But hey, if it calms you down, I'm all for it.
And that's the thing. If we practice the calm, which humans don't, we practice excitement with our dogs. Right. So if we practice calm, you're going to get that more often, and then you're going to get the better behaviors that everybody's happy with.
Yeah. With any pets, but especially dogs, that unconditional love, right? It's amazing. They love you no matter what.
And sometimes that's actually the problem. We give
them
them so much love when we give it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So they don't understand a correction versus a support and reinforcement of what I want.
Yeah.
So really that's what I do is teach people how to read that and then how to send the best message, which is not about talking. It's about being who you are, your energy, your emotion, your intention, and then enjoy life with your dog.
Yeah, good. Well, we're going to have some talking to do off air. I got a German Shepherd that needs your
I'm curious now, how much of that is work with the owner and how much is work with the dog?
Oh, it's about 90%.
90% with the owner. I suspected that all along.
Dogs know this stuff. Yeah. What I do is teach them that their dogs know this stuff.
Right. I just wanted to get that out.
My dog just doesn't like strange men, that's all. Coming near my tail. It's no big deal.
It's funny, people will call me, I need my dog trained. Your dog knows behavior. They knew it from birth.
Right.
And then mom taught them, but when they leave mom, we don't become mom anymore.
Right.
Just trying to bridge that for you.
No. And my best clients are the ones that call me and go, I know it's me.
Yeah.
We're going to have a great time.
That's great. That's great. Shane, your transition out of the military, what was that like for you?
Hard. I got out in 2008, so we all know what happened in 2008, right?
Yeah,
so Great recession hit. So, spent time on unemployment, and trying to find my way. And I guess that's when the new GI Bill came out. That was a great thing. That really helped guide where I wanted to go. I didn't know I wanted to go to college. I thought I'd be a career Navy guy. But,
right.
That didn't happen. So.
Right. So when you're in, because we do a veteran themed show here, we often talk about the transition, and a lot of the patrons, and Wally's heard them, they talk about when I knew I was getting out, I had planned, I'd worked, I was ready to, I was already working on my plan. Was that you?
Right.
You did yours abruptly yet or something?
That wasn't me.
Yeah.
No, it should have been me. But I just thought things would be easier than what they were, and they weren't. So I didn't expect 2008 to happen how it did, and so it took time. So I just didn't know what was next.
Okay. Well, we live and learn, right?
We do.
Look, if I could go back to my Jaguar playing days, I would have only gone out twice a week instead of 4 times. It would have helped me. It might extend my career. I don't know. You know what I mean? I had too much fun.
The Navy. Happens, right?
Absolutely. All right. So how long's everybody been in Jacksonville? You three? You been here a while, or
grew up here?
You grew up here. Cool.
Yep.
How about you, Gabrielle?
I'm 4th generation Jacksonville.
Are you really? Okay. Shane?
I've been here since 2011 when I came here to go to JU. So,
great.
Absolutely.
Jag fans?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Draft. What do you feel? How you feeling? Feeling good about Trevor? What are you thinking? Wally, what do you think?
I feel good.
Are you excited about it?
I feel good. I found that running back draft kind of interesting, but nonetheless, it's a big change, and from a big change, we can only go up. I feel good.
You know, he's more of a weapon, though. I don't look at him as a running back. ETN out of Clemson. I think he's gonna be interesting. They're gonna use him all over the field.
It'll be fun.
When the Jags win, do you feel it as a business owner or in your business? Do you feel, and maybe not directly, but just everyone's happy,
general happiness.
Yeah. I think that's what makes our community unique. You know what I mean? Like, we do really feel the pulse of the team. You know, when they're doing well, we're all excited and happy and wearing our teal on Fridays. And
I remember that year.
What was it?
Flashback.
That was a long
Bell
time.
bottoms.
That was in black and white.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But hopefully they get back to that. But that's cool. I'm glad you guys are Jag fans and being here in Jacksonville. It's a growing city. It's a very caring city. I believe, look, I've been here a long time, 26 years, done a ton of charity events, and just as a guest, and it is always well received. I mean, it's amazing how giving our community can be. It's really cool. You guys all got to feel that, I would imagine.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Nice to meet you. Best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you.
Of course, our audience will see how they can find you, and you'll be able to keep this video and share it all you want.
Absolutely,
We'll keep it going. Cheers.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Wally. Gabrielle. Cheers. Gregory. Shane, thank you. All right, that'll do it for us right here on the Horse's Mouth, of course. From Tommy Mac's Place and on Buzz TV. Until next time, stay safe, be cool, and see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers. Thanks again for joining us on another episode of Veterans United. The Firewatch is Northeast Florida's fight to end veteran suicide. There's a role for everybody. Join us as a watchstander. Visit thefirewatch.org and learn to identify the risk signs of veterans in crisis, how to ask veterans if they need help, and how to get veterans the help they need. Together, we will end veteran suicide. The Firewatch, Northeast Florida's fight to end veteran suicide. Today is military... Okay, it was going so well.